Professional wrestling is big business. Of course, the industry leader is WWE, but there are a couple of other big promotions hot on its tail, each with their own individual merits. So how do these promotions all differ from each other, and which ones should you be checking out? Today we're discussing WWE versus AEW versus Impact, their differences, and why you should be watching all of them. Stay with us. First up, we're starting with AEW's focus on tag team wrestling. As any avid follower of pro wrestling will know, different promotions tend to gravitate towards different aspects of the wrestling game, and there is no doubt that AEW have a heavy focus on their tag team division. Some of the talent they have on offer borders on ridiculous. From Lucha Brothers to FTR and Jurassic Express to the Hardys, there is no shortage of top-class wrestling talent on show at AEW. One of the best aspects of AEW's tag team division is the time the promotion affords their storylines to grow organically, and there is plenty of variety on show within those storylines, providing something for everyone. Other promotions could possibly be accused of neglecting their tag team divisions as somewhat of an afterthought, but not AEW. Who is your favorite AEW tag team? Let us know below. We're talking about WWE's ability to attract superstars now. Stay with us. There's no doubt about the fact that the WWE has a huge pull. Some of the stars they have managed to attract to the promotion over the years are quite simply insane. I mean, Floyd Mayweather breaking the Big Show's nose. Anyone? And it's not just celebrities, of course. Much like the UFC for real-life combat athletes, the WWE is seen as the pinnacle for pro wrestlers and features the absolute creme de la creme. Athletes such as Sasha Banks, Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns simply add to the decades of top-class talent who have come through the doors at WWE HQ, from Hulk Hogan and The Rock to Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels. They're not scared to bring back their legends on occasion too, with classic wrestlers such as The Undertaker, Triple H, John Cena, and others regularly making comebacks to keep fans of the sport's top outfit on their toes. Who is your favorite wrestler all time? Give us your thoughts below. Next up, we're talking about the patience Impact affords its stars. Stay tuned. There are a ton of stars currently turning out for Impact who were never really given a chance over at WWE, and we get it. As the game's top promotion, if you don't have that it factor, you will quickly become surplus to requirements. But that doesn't mean you're a bad wrestler, right? Top-class talent currently on Impact's books who have previously appeared in the WWE include people like Steve Maclin, Brian Myers, Tennille Dashwood, Matt Cardona, and plenty of others. When performing for WWE, they would never have featured at the top of the bill, and most wouldn't have even made the jump from NXT. However, with Impact, they are given plenty of time to grow, and thanks to the patience Impact's bosses give these stars, they're starting to become a serious player in the world of pro wrestling. WWE is often seen as one of the most restrictive promotions, as they don't tend to give their stars much creative freedom, at least at the NXT level. But this is one thing Impact cannot be accused of, which they should be commended for. This is one of the biggest reasons why you guys should be tuning in to Impact on the regular. WWE's production quality is up next. Stick around. There's no doubt about the fact that WWE has a tried and tested model, so they're clearly doing something right. One of the most impressive things about how they go about things is how professional everything looks. Entrance music, ring walks, the commentary table, everything really. It's all as clean as you would expect from the top promotion. Some fans have derided how crisp the promotion looks, as they would like things to be a little more rugged and off the cuff. But there's absolutely no question that most fans tune in because of how the WWE do things. There's no downtime between fights and everything runs super smoothly. Even the camera work and sounds are always perfect, which just adds to the experience of watching some of the best wrestling on the planet. What do you make of the WWE's production model? Next up, it's AEW's in-ring quality. In plenty of AEW's promotional rivals, there is a lot of messing around before we actually get to the nitty-gritty of fighting, and sometimes there isn't much riding on those bouts. However, this cannot be said for AEW, who dives straight into the action as soon as their broadcasts get going. The matches usually mean something too, which makes the action a lot better in our humble opinion. Add to this some of the athleticism on show, and this is a recipe for some of the best action in the pro wrestling game today. When you look at some of the wrestling talent on show, there is something for everyone. AEW has done a stellar job of including wrestlers from all walks of life too, which again just adds to the superb variety on show here. Their PPV events are some of the best around as well. What do you guys make of AEW's in-ring quality? We're discussing AEW's long-term storytelling now. Stay with us. AEW's storytelling is something akin to Game of Thrones in the fact that they develop and change something seemingly every week. Obviously minus the beheadings and dragons, which is a welcome relief. Every character in the promotion plays their part, and AEW have really done an excellent job of developing their characters over a period of time, which allows the viewer to really get to know them and figure out what makes them tick. The way they develop their storylines over weeks and sometimes months is a fantastic bonus, as nowadays, especially in the age of people becoming easily distracted by the mass of information and content out there, this doesn't tend to happen as much. We saw this beautifully evidenced with the Hangman Adam Page storyline, as well as the slow implosion of the Elite. There have also been plenty of other long simmering feuds within the promotion, which just serves to show how well thought out their storylines are and why you should be tuning in. Bravo, guys! What is the best AEW storyline in your opinion? Next up, we're talking Impact's women's wrestling. In the past, many of the bigger promotions such as WWE have been accused of prioritizing their men's division more than their women's, but this is something that Impact cannot be accused of, as the bookings they make regularly showcase their best wrestlers against each other. Yes, WWE has the bigger names, but the ladies over at Impact probably feel as though they are on a par with their male counterparts, which in 2022 is exactly what we all want to see. This alone makes them one of the more progressive promotions out there, especially when you consider the scandal Vince McMahon and the WWE are currently involved in. The female wrestlers are given plenty of time to develop and show what they're all about, which we touched on earlier, which is possibly time they wouldn't get elsewhere. What do you guys make of Impact's women's division? Give us your thoughts below. WWE's stadium shows are coming through now. Don't go anywhere. As you might expect from the top promotion, the WWE's stadium shows are nothing short of breathtaking. The amount of work that goes into making them what they are is second to none, and the sheer scale of what they provide those in attendance is spectacular. WrestleMania 32 on April 3, 2016 attracted 101,763, the largest stadium event in the promotion's history, third only to Collision in Korea Day 1 and 2 back in 1995. And WWE's Royal Rumble and WrestleMania events regularly hit huge numbers, which only they can. Out of the 16 biggest attendances of all time across all pro wrestling promotions, WWE occupy 14 of the top 16 positions, giving you an idea of just how huge their stadium shows are. Their two flagship shows, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, are some of the most highly anticipated events, not just on the wrestling calendar, but on the global sports schedule. All this means that WWE is still out there as the leading promotion, but the other two aren't far behind and should be taken seriously due to all of the things we've discussed today. It is about time women's wrestling was taken more seriously, for example, which we can see over at Impact, and guys who weren't particularly given a chance at the bigger outfits being afforded more time at AEW and Impact is great to see. Which is your favorite promotion right now? Give us your thoughts below. As usual, thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to tune in again next time when we will be discussing all sorts of other cool bits and pieces. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, whilst also subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on any great videos in the future. Bye guys!